Are you experiencing as much frustration with streaming services as I am lately? Well, let's talk about it and talk about some potential solutions. Hey there, welcome back to the channel where we like to talk about all things regarding tools and technology. So, I love the promise of streaming services, but unfortunately, it seems like some of those promises have been broken lately, right? I don't know about you, but I've been experiencing more and more where music or shows or movies or whatever have just disappeared off of these services. And sometimes with the music, it's a totally different version. Like, you might be expecting like the studio version, and sometimes, gotta look both ways here, sorry guys, sometimes those things, it'll be like a live version instead of the studio version. It's like, that's not what I wanted to hear. It's not what I was expecting. It's not what would have been on the CD or whatever. So, that's an issue for me. But and just as an example, I noticed that an album that I used to listen to sometimes on Apple Music is no longer on there. In fact, a lot of the albums that used to be on there aren't on there anymore. Bob Seger, for example, only has 3 albums on Apple Music currently. Well, he's got a lot more albums than that. So if you wanted to, for instance, listen to his greatest hits album, you'd be out of luck if you were using Apple Music and you didn't have it available to you in some other way. Also, I've had shows and movies disappear. I've been watching some old sitcoms lately, and all of a sudden, poof, like the halfway through the series, I watched like 3 seasons and the rest were gone with like no warning. It's like, was David Copperfield here? Did he make these shows disappear? Worse yet, I don't know if you've experienced this, but sometimes on Hulu, they'll only have so many episodes. So if you are watching, like, say, whatever show it is, and life gets busy, and you're thinking, well, I'll just watch it next week, I'll catch up. Well, maybe on week 3 or 4, you decide you're going to go ahead and watch it, and you log on, and all you got is like episodes 3, 4, and 5 or something. Well, I don't want to watch episodes 3, 4, and 5 if I haven't seen episodes 1 and 2. So let's talk about some solutions. So on the music side, I'm thinking probably the best solution and the most accessible for most people is probably going to be, if you still want to stream, use YouTube Music. The key here is that you can upload your own music, whether it's music that you bought online or from CDs that you've ripped, because you can use it on either platform, whether you're on iOS or on Android. You can also still access it on Windows, and you can then connect your phone or computer or whatever you're using to Bluetooth or whatever, even like a home stereo. You can also use your Google Home devices to stream music. So if you take music that you have bought somewhere else, maybe CDs that you rip, and you add it to the YouTube Music cloud, you can then go ahead and stream those songs on any other device, including your phone and tablet and computer, whatever. So to me, this is a pretty good, solution. Downside being, if you, let's say you have invested into Amazon Echo for She Who Should Not Be Named integration into your smart home. Well, you're gonna not be able to use it except for connecting your phone to Bluetooth to the Echo Dot or whatever it is. But in the case of the Google Home devices, you can set up a group and you can stream that music to that group, even if it's your whole home. If you have a speaker in every room, then you're good. You got that music that you want to stream in every room. So you can do it, and like I said, you can connect it to your car stereo, to your home stereo, whatever, and you can use it that way. So I think this is a good solution. Sorry, I probably just made a noise by tapping the microphone. So as far as the movie side, to me, movies and shows, this is a little bit more difficult because it can get pretty expensive to just buy. At least for me, I don't like to typically buy movies or shows because I don't usually watch them too many times. I want to clarify here that what I mean to say is that it's a little more cost effective for me to pay 10 or 15 bucks to Netflix or Hulu or whatever, and then I have access to hundreds or even thousands of movies and shows, rather than having to go pay 80 or 100 bucks for a series on DVD or Blu-ray, or a movie on Blu-ray for 20 or 30 bucks or whatever. It just seems more cost effective for something that I'm only going to watch once to just pay the streaming service and have that available whenever I want it, and then I don't have to buy it ahead of time either. It is a possibility to go ahead and buy those movies and upload them to something like Plex, and then you can use players on whatever platform that you are on to watch those movies or TV shows. So that's a good possibility, but it could get expensive. So I think the best solution that I've come up with so far is probably on the music side, like I was talking about. You can also do Apple Music, by the way, but you would also have to have you would have to have an iPhone, and you'd have to have HomePods, which can be significantly more expensive than the Google Home devices. So right now it seems like the best solution to this on the movies and TV show side is to use Plex. But on the music side, I would say probably using YouTube Music and uploading your own music that you've either bought in MP3 or whatever format, or ripped from your own CDs, to supplement the stuff that they don't have available for streaming. So then you can still stream your own personal tracks from their cloud service, and then that stuff is accessible through all your different platforms that you might be trying to access them through, whether it's your phone or your computer or whatever. By the way, if you like the shirt that I designed and you want to get one for yourself and help me out at the same time, then you can do that through the link in the description. So now let me throw it to you. Have you found any better solutions? If so, please drop them in the comments. Even if you think that solution would only be applicable to a small portion of people, because those people would appreciate it, and I would too. I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.